Recording. Okay. Alexa, play Celebrate.
Celebration by Kool and the Gang.
You guys. She better work. I gave her a test run. Here it is. How cheesy. Can you guys hear it? Celebrate. I turned her up. Woohoo! We have to celebrate. Not a celebration. This thing's choking me. It's not a celebration, Zoom, without the celebration song. Come on. Okay, for real. I'll turn her down. Alexa, off. All right, get serious. Okay, I'm Kristen, if you guys, most of you know me. So I want you guys to get excited. That was Alexa. She heard me. So just some quick tips before we roll into it. I'll tell you guys my silver story at the end when we close. We're going to have some great giveaways for those of you who can jump on and those who can watch our recording I'll post as soon as we are done here. So just a couple things, because when I was playing that song, I was like, oh, I want to tell them about affirmations. You guys have probably heard us talk about positive affirmations and how that makes a huge difference in your business. And I personally thought that was crazy when people told me that and when I started growing my business. And I would be like, I don't want to talk to myself. I mean, we all talk to ourselves. I've even read the book, What to Say When You're Talking to Yourself. But one of my favorite things to do in the morning is when I'm getting ready, I'll just say, play Diamonds by Hawk Nelson. If you guys haven't heard that song, I've been listening to it since I was a Silver Ambassador. And almost every morning I'll say, play Diamonds by Hawk Nelson. So if you haven't heard that song, Google it, YouTube it, listen to it. It just changes my mindset. If I'm having a bad day, like, we're diamonds, we're all diamonds. So I love that song. So wanted to start with that. And we are going to roll into it, and we'll try, I want to keep kind of 30, 45 minutes. So we're each going to do a little 3-minute tips, tell you guys how we went silver, or a little bit about our journeys and how they're so different. Some of us work, some of us go to grad school, most of us have kids, some have twins, some love to work out, some hate to work out. So we're going to start with our friend Amber. So Amber, take it away.
Am I unmuted? Can you hear me? Awesome. Hello. First of all, congrats on silver. It's a big deal. It is the first rank, but I think it's one of the hardest because it means you have to get over your fear of telling people that you're using these products. And so I think if you have gotten to silver, it's because you've gotten over that hump, and that's a big deal, and now the sky's the limit. So my name's Amber. I'm a senior gold ambassador, hustling to be Ruby in April, maybe. It's scary to say it out loud, but that's my goal. That's what I'm working towards. April will be my 1-year mark of sharing Plexus. I started the products in January. I kept them very secret and paid retail pricing because I was not going to stick my toe anywhere near network marketing. So April, I started sharing. So in a year, it'll be a year this coming April, and I would love to be Ruby that month. So I went silver in my 2nd month of sharing, I think. I was trying to figure that out. I know that it took 3 posts for anyone to even respond to me. The first 2 things that I posted, I got crickets. And that was terrifying. And I thought, see? But the 3rd time I post, I got responses back. And the first person that I signed up was a friend of mine. The second person was a Facebook friend who I'd never met personally. And the third person was my mom. My mom got me to silver. So that's how I got to silver. And then from there, I just kept sharing. And so my 2 tips for you, the first one has to do with posting and sharing. And it's kind of a 3-parter, so I'll run through it really fast. My first tip is to be original with your posts. Come up with your own stuff, do your own research, take your own pictures, create your own graphics, get original, kind of create your own flavor for this so that you're not just always putting on your page what somebody else just put on their page. It's okay to do that, but don't just do that. So be original, think of your own stuff. The second thing is be personal with your posts. Tell your story. I totally geek out over the science behind these products and how they work in our body. But what's going to get people interested is when they hear how it's helping you. So we can share the science and we can share the ingredients, and that's important. But people want to know if it works. So you need to tell your story of what you're seeing and how it's working. Whether you've been on the products for a week or been on the products for 2 months, tell people how you're doing or what you're hoping will happen. And then the last thing is be consistent. Initially, I posted probably twice a week, and it wasn't until I consistently started posting every day about Plexus that I saw my business take off. Whether that's even just a picture of me doing something and my pink drinks in the background, I count that as a Plexus post. But somehow I'm integrating it into one post every day. That's when I saw my business take off. And so that was tip number 1 on posting. The second tip is follow up. Don't forget to follow up with your people. It has been my experience that if I can get people past 60 days on the products, they're with me. So that means that when they first get their products, I need to be checking in with them, I would say every 3 days for the first 2 weeks. How are you doing? How are you feeling? Because when somebody hits die off or somebody gets a headache or somebody feels gross, they're going to think these products are making me sick, instead of thinking these products are getting rid of toxins in my system and that's what's making me sick. But if we're not following up with them and we're not keeping in touch with them, they're coming to their own conclusions. So it's really, really important, especially in that first month that somebody's on the products, to be regularly checking in with them, seeing how they're doing, tagging them on posts, encouraging them to drink their water, and be consistent with their products. You can get them past 60 days on the products, the chances that they're going to stick with you for the long haul are way higher. Those are my 2 tips.
Thank you so much. And I totally relate to that. When I decided to run with the business, I started posting every day. And now like some of my posts will pop up in my like things remembered on Facebook. And I'm like, why did I post that? But obviously it worked and I was talking about it. So, I mean, we grow and we learn what works, and being original is the biggest thing. So thank you so much, Amber. And I know you have to get off soon to go get your kiddos. So thank you for sharing. And our next leader that we have is Jessica Irwin. So Jess, if you want to take over.
Hey guys, how are you? So like Kristen said, my name is Jessica. I am a gold ambassador with Plexus, and my going silver journey, when I started the products, we had no extra money whatsoever. I have twins that were 3 months old. We had no extra money to spare. Both of them were on liquid formula and both were in diapers. So ordering the products was a complete stretch, but I did it on a leap of faith and the help of Kristen, and I ended up getting my products paid for that first week. And leading up to that, I took the samples of the Slim that Kristen had given me, and I noticed a difference that day. It doesn't happen like that for everyone, but you know, most of you have heard I prayed and prayed and prayed. God, give me something to help me get me out of this funk. Let me be a mom to these kids. Let me be a wife again. So it did happen for me that way, and Kristen kind of gave me that, no, you're going to post type of love, and I did, because I did see these products work. So I started posting immediately, and I exhausted all of my family and friends first. So going silver, I think it was my mother-in-law, my father-in-law, and my aunt to go silver. And, it was like word of mouth. One person started feeling good, they were telling the other. One person started feeling good, they started telling the other. And it just kind of blew up from there. It was amazing. I, got my money back for the products that I paid for, and that kind of lit the fire underneath me. Not alone, just, getting those messages and calls and everything else that people were saying how good they felt, that also lit the fire underneath me. So the tips I have a bunch of notes here, so I'm looking at them. Step out of your comfort zone. That was a big thing. I was so worried about what other people thought about me posting, and once I saw these products working, I let that go right out the door. I just didn't care anymore. So step out of your comfort zone. If that's posting about Plexus, who cares? They're not paying your bills. Post about it. And don't wait until you get your products to post. Post immediately. Another one, don't count anyone out. That was a huge one for me, because I would tell Kristen, I don't think that they'll do Plexus, or I don't, they're too in their fitness journey that they're not going to do Plexus. They're not into it. Don't count those ones out, because I used to do that, and those are the ones that don't like my Facebook posts and don't comment on them, but those are the ones that are private messaging and then joining. So that's okay to have those closet Plexus people. That's okay. So don't count anyone out. And then my last one is no doesn't mean no. It just means not right now. So like Amber was saying, the fortune is in the follow-up. Follow up, follow up, follow up. And it's been said, I think Kate had said this too, that it takes up, I think, 8 follow-ups before somebody will finally commit. So it doesn't mean no. Don't get your feelings hurt. It just means not right now. Keep following up. So those are my tips.
Thank you. I love it. And that's a huge thing that is one of my favorite things, is don't take no's so seriously. I don't know, some of you are newer. I have a graph that I've sent out to some. Like, when you get so many no's, reward yourself, because the only difference between a silver and an emerald or a sapphire or a diamond is that we've heard no way more than you have. So just remember that when someone tells you no, check it off and be like, I'm one step closer to a jewel. So thank you, Jess, for sharing those tips. Next is one of our working mamas. She has a full-time job. She just went senior gold, and she won the Silver Stars trip, which is huge. Only 3 people in the entire company earned that. So Brooke Jackson, please share.
Hi guys, how are you this morning? Okay, so I joined Plexus in August, actually August 1st of 2017, and I did not go silver until September 18th. My first month, I got my pregnant friend Stacy to join me. She wanted to take the product, so she took the ingredients to her doctor, and he approved them, so she got to start on the products. I had one other lady that had seen my first post on Facebook. She decided to join me, which she only lasted for about 2 weeks, and then she never ordered again. But at the time, I didn't realize how important following up with her was, and staying consistent with your products. I didn't understand anything. I just was like, oh, post it on Facebook, you should join me. And then finally in September, I signed 6 people up, and that made me silver. And Stacy also had signed, I think, 1 or 2 people that month. So we kind of got a good jump start on it. At the time, I was working full time. I'm an accountant for a large corporation, and I'm a women's rodeo coach at our local community college. And I was going to school full time, and I'm a mom to a 2-year-old. So I was really busy. So I feel like a lot of people think that they're too busy to do this, and that's not true. I work my business while I'm getting ready in the mornings for work, at night after I put my baby down, because I see that there's so much that this company has to offer. And I see the vision and I'm going for it. And I just want everybody to be as excited as I am about the products and the journey. So I really, when I talk to my fellow ambassadors that are on my team, so far I've had 10 go silver out of the 100 people on our team. So that's really fun. But I tell them to just share their own stories. There's a lot of posts that aren't original, so make your own. And I think that that makes a big difference. And my other piece of advice is that even if people are not commenting or liking your posts, they are seeing them. And I think that that's really important. I get a lot of people never comment on any posts, never say anything. And they watch me for all this time I've been posting, and then they go, okay, now I want to try it. So I think being original, making your own posts and telling your story is the thing that works best for me and my business. Is people want to see you and what it's doing for you. So that's about all I have, is be original and be a product of the products. Take them religiously and tell people how great you feel. That's my advice.
Absolutely. It's obviously good advice and it's paying off. So we are so excited to see pictures of your weekend. I think you leave Sunday, right, for Arizona?
Yes, I leave Sunday and come back Tuesday. So
Okay.
I'm really excited, and I'm taking one of my silver ambassadors, Kristen, with me. So we're going to have a lot of fun and
That's so awesome.
give her the tour and let her see what's going on there.
That's so awesome. Thank you, Brooke. And then
All right, you guys have a good day.
Thank you. Just piggybacking off of that, so many times in this journey, I have seen people go silver and then they'll continue to post, but no one will like or comment on their post, and that gets them discouraged. And they think, oh, I can't do this. Like, it is all about what you say when you talk to yourself. And if you just tell yourself, I'm going to keep doing this until I do get a message, because I will tell you 9 times out of 10, they're going to message you before they like or comment. I did that. I never liked or commented on my friend's Plexus post. They actually annoyed me, but I was having a bad day. And so I decided to message her, and it just went from there. So please don't get discouraged in your posting. Stay consistent, because people are waiting for you to quit. Your friends and family are waiting for you to stop posting so they could say, see, it didn't work for her. It's not going to work for me. So as long as you're being consistent on these products and you feel something, anything, energy, sleep, anything, post about it, share about it, get those products paid for, and I guarantee you your friends and family will jump on board. If it's not this week or next month, it will be in your Plexus future. So that's great advice. Our next sharer is our almost Ruby friend, Allie Machado. Allie, if you want to take over.
Hi, guys.
Ooh, I love your
I am a stay-at-home mom to a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old. So if you know how, if you have kids, you know how busy that is. My husband is a business owner. He probably works about 80 hours a week. And I started Plexus in September of 2015 after a bad day with a 3-year-old or a 3-month-old and a just turned 2-year-old, and some bad lab results from thyroid issues and stuff like that. And I, like everyone else, swore up and down I would never share. I ordered as a retail customer because, like Amber said, I wanted nothing to do with network marketing. And I took my products for 30 days, saw some good results, and then quit anyways. Within 2 weeks, it was the type of thing where I didn't know how bad I felt until I started feeling good. So I reordered as a preferred customer in October, and then in November, I upgraded to an ambassador. I did not share with people until until about 2 months after. And for me, it was the type of thing where I was like, we don't need the money. And I was making it about something that it's not really about. And the longer you stay with Plexus, you'll really realize that it's not about the money. It's about the products, and it's about how amazing the products are. And it's about wanting to share with people that you care about and making sure that they feel as amazing as you feel. So when I finally did decide to share. I went silver in one day, but I did what we always say to do. I signed up the 3 people that trust me the most. So that leads right into my 2 tips for you. The first tip is to recruit smartly. Of my first 4 ambassadors in the past 26 months, 3 of the 4 ambassadors have ordered every single month for the past 26 months. So you want to make sure that you are recruiting smartly, and that this also goes along with following up. People don't know what we don't tell them. So if you've been in this Plexus business for a while, it's so easy to think that people know the products and know how to take them and know what works for them and know that die-off is normal, because that's just everyday conversation now, but that's not for everybody else. So we need to not be afraid to tell people, even the ugly side effects. We need to not be afraid to tell people that, hey, headaches are normal. And we need to not be afraid to tell people that, if you're not drinking enough water, these products aren't going to work for you. Nobody wants to spend $100 and waste it because we were too scared to tell them the correct way to take their products. So you need to be bold in your leadership and know that people are looking to you to guide them on a successful journey. And my second tip for you is don't compare your journey to anyone else's. Like I said, I went silver in one day. You're going to hear from a really good friend of mine in a minute who went silver in 5 months. We're all different. Our journeys are all different. And as soon as you take those blinders off and you stop focusing on why you started this business, because to be perfectly honest, if you're anything like me, you started these products because you wanted to do something for yourself. So that probably led to you starting this business to do something for you. As soon as you stop focusing on doing it for you and what makes you feel good, which if you're like me is helping people, you're going to lose your focus and you're going to get derailed. So don't compare yourself to other people. Everybody's journey is different. We all do things at different times, but at the end of the day, as long as you don't quit, you're going to get to exactly where you want to be. So those are my tips for you guys today. And congratulations on going silver.
Thank you, Allie. Yes, congratulations. Again, one of my favorite things was don't assume. That is huge. Don't assume that your friends and family see all of your posts, because Facebook is touchy. And don't assume that your friends and family know that Plexus is not just for weight loss, because that is huge. Like, I get so many things, like I'll cold message people like, I don't need to lose weight. I mean, that's not all the time. Who does it? Whatever. They'll say, oh, it's weight loss stuff. I don't really care about that. You guys, it's so much more than weight loss. So then I will follow up and say, well, if you know anyone with autoimmune issues like lupus or fibromyalgia or thyroid issues or kids with ADHD, like if you know anyone who could benefit, please send them my way. And then they're usually like, okay, so I have something like that, maybe. So you just have to remember and don't assume that your friends and family know as much as you know about these products already. Thank you, Allie. So next we're going to go to another working mama who also just went through a big move, and she has 3 little ones, and she took Plexus through her pregnancy, but I'll let her talk. So welcome, Priscilla.
Can you hear me? Okay, so I am a complete introvert. I hate public speaking. And I work full time. Oops, my little crown's falling off. I'm a database analyst for a supplemental insurance broker. I get to work from home. My office is actually in Carpinteria. I just moved back to my hometown in Visalia. Super excited. My whole family lives here. I have 3 kids. My oldest will be 5 next week. My middle child is 3, and my youngest is 1, and she's still nursing. I tried nursing with all of them. My first one was a NICU baby. She was born at 36 weeks. I had HELLP syndrome. It's an autoimmune issue, which I've had multiple. Like, I was allergic to the cold. My skin would break out in hives. Since I started Plexus, I don't have that allergy anymore, or at least it's not manifesting. So I started the pink drink with a 7-day trial because someone kept messaging me and asking me to try it. I was like, I'll just try it so I could tell her it does not work. So I ordered it as retail, 7-day trial. And I was like, I can't really tell. I wanted to lose weight before we had our third baby. So it's like, I'll do a month. And she convinced me to sign as wholesale, did not buy a welcome pack because I cannot swallow pills and I was not planning on taking any pills. And I read that ProBio 5 helps with yeast, which I don't get yeast infections. I don't have crusty toes. So I was like, I don't have a yeast problem. BioCleanse, I don't need magnesium. I have a powder that I mix with water. So we're good there. So I ended up buying the pink drink and I think I bought shakes. And I didn't know the comp plan that well. So I thought I was going to get paid commission on it all. My first check was like 64 cents because it was just me. And I was like, I thought I was going to get like $15, 15%. I'm a math person. So I learned how it worked as I went. But I noticed I had more energy and I was so tired, and I just assumed I have 2 young kids. I'm going to be tired until they get older. But I had energy and I was like, oh, that's really weird. And then I added the triplex in because I was getting tested for to see if I had lupus or rheumatoid arthritis for the cold allergy. They said I didn't have any of that, but I could take lupus medication. I said, no, I'd rather not take medication for something I don't have. I ordered the triplex. I was like, we'll just see if it works, because I read online that probiotics help somebody that has cold urticaria. So started taking it, and a couple months later, when my oldest was turning 3, I realized like I washed all this cold chicken for her birthday party and my fingers didn't swell up. My fingers were getting swollen from like cutting hot dogs or cheese. That's how I even knew I had an issue. So I was a believer in it. My husband also started at the same time taking the triplex with me. So we love it. We share it. And how I went to Silver, when I first started, my friend was already using Plexus. Her sister was buying it from somebody that she didn't know. So she's like, I'll join your team. I'll help you out. So that was one. A friend for a Bible study started it. She only took it for a couple weeks and then stopped. She was nursing, and then she and I both got pregnant around the same time. So she had stopped, and then she started again after we both had our babies. And my sister, I made her sign up because I wanted a welcome pack. So I was like, you're signing up. I want your welcome pack, because I didn't get my own because I didn't think I needed a welcome pack. So that's how I went Silver. It probably took a few months. I'm still Silver, but our team is growing. And so my tips are be consistent in taking your products, take them every day, drink your water, and also be consistent in sharing, make them personal posts. That's where I get the most responses, when I'm sharing my personal posts. You don't always have to say Plexus. You can like Amber said, she has her pink drink in the background, or, share a gut health article. So it doesn't have to be Plexus, because they see that word, they're going to probably turn you off. But share different ways. Some people like to read about, certain ingredients and products, and they're like, oh, Plexus has that product. Yes, we do. So share different styles, wear your swag, carry samples, and carry business cards. I was at Home Depot we were at Lowe's last night buying tons of stuff for the house, lamps, ceiling fan, everything. And we were there for hours. And one of the guys is like, so what's Plexus? As we're waiting, loading up the van. And I was like, oh, it's like magic pills that help with everything. And he's like, does it help with psoriasis? I'm like, I think so. I'm like, our ProBio 5, you need to try it. So I gave him a business card as we were there. So always have your stuff with you, share. And number 2, don't get discouraged. Don't watch other people's journeys. Like, I'm still Silver. I've been in it for 2 years. We're still going. We have 34 people on our team, but not all of them order every month. But my aunt just signed as an ambassador this week. And I've been on it for 2 years, and she's never commented. She's never liked, and she just texted me out of the blue, like, hey, can we talk about Plexus? I'm like, yeah. And my friend who started as a customer, I don't know, 6 months ago, tried it, didn't take all her product. She didn't take it consistently. She said, I need another job. She's a realtor. She actually got us this house. She didn't take it. And then I messaged her. I'm like, hey, you could make money if you share Plexus. And she's like, I don't want to. And she, I don't know where this goes in the back. She texted me this weekend. She's like, hey, me and my sister want to take Plexus. So she signed as an ambassador. So I probably haven't had, new customers and ambassadors in both in the same month. I'm not in Consistency Club running anymore, but I'm still sharing. People are still watching, and even if they're not liking and commenting, they're watching you. So keep posting consistently, and don't be discouraged by what others do. And that's all I have.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. And I feel like that happens too, like the discouragement. But if we keep our eyes on the big picture and why we started this in the beginning, if you're just, no one is just silver. We are celebrating silver because it's huge, and you guys got the first promotion of many, and the only thing that will ever stop you is quitting. So we hope and pray that everyone continues to share and sees the benefits in these products. And as long as you keep going, it will work and it will happen. Yes, we all have our difficult days, but just know that it's worth it. I can promise you it's worth it. Next up is our Emerald fellow jewel, one of my besties, Kate Brooks. Take it away.
Do you want Christy to go since she's on? Christy, are you able to hang out for a while, or do you want to go real quick? I can't hear you.
She's muted. Let me unmute you.
There I am. Okay.
You want to go?
Unmuted me.
This is another
Is that okay? That'd be
one.
I mean, I just saw her hop on, and so I know she's at work. So
I love your little attire. So festive.
We happen to have these at the bank. So I saw your message that you guys were dressing up, and I'm like, okay, I guess this is what I'll wear because this is what we have.
I love it. Okay, well, let me say that my beautiful friend just went Ruby. She also works full-time as a bank manager. She got a promotion in this time, not only with Plexus, but with her real job. She's also a mom of 3 little angels and a wife, and they're getting, I don't know, I don't want to tell all your business, but I'll just say she's amazing, and I will let you take over.
You can say anything, no secret. So thank you, and thank you, Kate, for letting me go. That's so considerate. Your team is so awesome. It's so sweet. Okay, so silver is such a big, big deal. I feel like silver is where you have to do so many new and uncomfortable things. And when you hit that rank, it is so, so validating. So yeah, definitely no just silver talk around here. It's such a big deal. So congratulations, Silvers. Yay. I'm wearing this hat for you. So when I joined, yeah, thank you, Kristen. Good. When I joined, you know, I'm not going to even tell you like my whole like product and health testimony, but 18 months after I started taking the products, I think I win for the longest time for not sharing. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I do, by a lot. So I win for not sharing for the longest. So when people aren't ready to share, I try to be really patient with them. But I don't want them to make that mistake that I did. So I want to keep encouraging people to share as soon as they can and just get through that that fear, because that's what it was for me for sure. It was just a huge fear that I had to overcome of sharing. What are people going to think? I didn't like network marketing. Not that I didn't like it, but I didn't want to be like a network marketer. So, but here we are. So Kristen told me that when I said, okay, I'm going to post, after she had been telling me to do that for a long time and I avoided her at gymnastics and all that story, she said, okay, so what you need to do is just post every day. Like that was what I needed to do. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that sounds like a really big deal. But that's what I started doing. That was in January, a year ago, middle of January. And then in February, she started doing the calendar challenge for February. And so I just told myself, I said, okay, this is good for me. I just need to kind of get used to what these activities are. And I'm just going to do them every single day. So I did the activities every single day in March, got a bunch of customers, got like a $400 paycheck, but I wasn't silver. I think maybe I only had 1 or 2 ambassadors at that point. And then in March, she did another calendar challenge. So that was just, it really solidified for me like what those activities needed to be, about what to post, diamond documentaries. I didn't know what any of that stuff was. So I'm really passionate about calendar challenges because it really does kind of get you used to the Plexus culture and everybody's doing it together. There's accountability, giving out samples, making different posts. So thank you, Kate, for doing that this month. That's such a huge contribution. So in March is when I went silver, and then I was able to go in gold in May, senior gold in July, and then I thought like every other month I would just keep ranking up. And we all laughed together because we have to learn and grow, and God was not ready for me to rank up yet. So it took a very, very long time, but that's okay because that's what I needed. I needed that time. So I needed to grow as a leader, and I'm really grateful. So my tips for you guys are just to get back to basics and to go back to the things that you learned in calendar challenges. And when you see your upline doing stuff, you do that stuff. Just do the basic things, and let's not make it super complicated or sit there and overthink, what am I posting, and is this okay, and what about this content, and what about this time of day and the algorithm. Let's just post it. Just do it. It's more for you than for anything else. It's just to get out of your comfort zone and to do the thing. So you doing that thing, you reaching out every day, you doing those uncomfortable things. That's what I would say is those are my 2 tips. Do the basic things and do the uncomfortable things. If you don't want to do it, it's probably the thing that you're supposed to be doing. And I've learned that the really, really hard way. Even with events, like I didn't want to do events. That was like one of the reasons I like Plexus, because I don't have to have parties. I don't have to have inventory. Well, but that doesn't mean that you say, no, I'm never going to do those things. I'm never going to do that. So when I kind of got out of my comfort zone, like, yeah, I'll do an event, I would do that. The blessings start coming the more we open up ourselves to those things. So those are my tips. That's my little sharing story. So I'm going to try and keep it short, but thank you guys. And I'm celebrating with you. Thank you for letting me talk.
Now you see why I love her so much. 18 months it took me to talk this woman into just post. Like, I don't care, just post. And 18 months, and now she's Ruby after that and on her way to Emerald, I know it. So thank you so much, and still working full time. So no excuses around here. No excuses. So, all righty. For real. It's the amazing, the masked Kate Brooks.
Masked. I'm Mardi Gras-ing it today, which
Yes.
is fine. But some of these feathers are starting to fall off. And they're poking me in weird spots. So it's kind of crazy. And there might be a lot of back noise. We have a lot of construction going on. So there's drills and saws and everything. So I apologize. But my story is a little bit different. I am the friend that Allie was talking about, and it took me 5 months actually it was like 5.5 months, because my third one signed like on the 23rd of May or something. And so it was almost 6 months that it took me to go silver. Kristen will probably add me in her story, but I think I was one of her originals. But I was one that did not comment on one of Kristen's posts. I messaged her. And so that just goes to show that even though people are not commenting and they are not, liking your post, that they are still watching you. And it took one post of Kristen's pant sizes to get me to message her, because that was what I wanted, was weight loss. Because back then, that's what we thought it was all. That's all it was. I started as a customer in November of 2014 with just the pink drink, and I did not take it religiously. It was like I would take it here, I would take it there, but I just wasn't really taking it. In January, Kristen messaged me January 1st and said that Plexus was paying people's join fees, the $34.95, and that she thought that would help me get consistent. And so I upgraded to wholesale. I ordered the triplex. And again, I wasn't very consistent with all of the products, but I became consistent with the pink drink. I started drinking it at work. I was working swing shifts like 3 to 11:30. And so I would drink it in the afternoon just to kind of get me through my day. And so that's how I got my first ambassador. Was somebody at work asked me what it was. And I told her, and she worked graveyards, and she would drink a diet Pepsi, 1 to 3 of them every single 8-hour shift on a graveyard, just so that she could get through her day. And so I told her the benefits of it. I told her why I started it, but it was giving me more energy, but I had not lost weight. It took me a very long time to lose weight. But I just shared that's what I was doing, and this is what I was doing it for, and what I had seen. And so she signed up as an ambassador, and then Kristen talked me into making a couple posts. I wasn't very consistent. I think it was like 1 every week or 10 days, but a friend of mine saw it from down south, and she also wanted to lose weight and have more energy. And so she's the type of person that just signs. She doesn't care. She doesn't care what she signs up for. She signs up for everything now that I know her. But so she signed up also. I was not very consistent with my posting. I would still post here and there. Kristen would nudge me, but I did not want the business. I was working. I had a young child at the time. She was, I think, 18 months, and I had a 4-year-old. And so none of the business interested me at all. My dad has cattle. It wasn't fitting into my schedule. Kristen and I have a mutual friend, Amanda Anderson. A lot of you guys know that. Some of you are on her team. So she had her 3rd baby in March, and she kept seeing my posts every once in a while, and she would see Kristen's posts every once in a while. And so she finally messaged me. I grew up with her husband. There's a no BS rule in our life. We tell it like we see it, and that's how it is. And she just said, tell me the details on this. Ace says that if you're spending your money on it, that it must be something good. And so I gave her my advice, and then she wanted to ask me 5,000 questions. And so I messaged Kristen, and I said, here's Amanda. You need to handle her because I don't know what I'm doing. So that is one of my tips, is to always utilize your upline. We are here for a reason. I recommend going to your direct upline first, because Kristen has over 3,000 people on her team. I have over 1,700 people on my team. We physically cannot help every single person. So utilize your direct upline first. If they don't know the question or they're not working the business, if they don't know the question, they'll reach out to us. If they're not working the business, then go to your next upline, or then reach out to me or Kristen or Amanda. But utilize your upline. That's what we are here for. I don't know how many times I would ask Kristen questions. I mean, I still ask her questions, but it was on, a weekly basis. I'd send screenshots of what people were asking me. I'm like, I don't know. She told me to post, and this is what she posted, and now people are asking me questions. I don't know what I'm doing. But that is okay, because you learn as you go. Utilize 3 ways, and just utilize your uplines, because the only questions that's a dumb question is not a question at all. You have to just learn as you go. Don't think that you need to know everything, because you will never know everything. We all still learn. Kristen still learns. I still learn. We still bounce ideas off each other. It's a never-ending education for us. So that's my number 1 tip, is to utilize your upline always. And my number 2 tip is to just always be a product of the product and always walk around. If you have your pink drink, walk around with it proudly. If you wear Plexus swag, walk around with that Plexus swag and wear it proudly, because people will eventually start asking questions. It doesn't matter if they don't know you. They'll just say, what's in your bottle? And that's your time just to, friend them on Facebook, give them some more information, and just tell them why you started it and what it's doing for you. So that's my little story.
Thank you. Yeah, we kind of tried to condense them for everybody today, but I love that. And she will always be my snail who never gave up. But another thing that brings me back to something Allie said, like, recruit well and don't be afraid to just share with your friends, because Kate is one of my originals. Allison Cardoza is one of my originals. Maria signed up a long time ago, and we're all still doing this together. So it's always fun to link arms with somebody and run with them. Even if you guys don't run at the same speed, it's still good to bounce ideas off of each other and just find someone to do this with you. It just makes it that much more fun. So thank you guys so much. And for all of you, if you guys have questions, go ahead and type them in the chat. Megan thought it was about weight loss for 3 years, because that's all she saw on Facebook. So that is huge, you guys. And going back, someone else mentioned, don't even say Plexus in your post. Just say, I challenge you, if you haven't posted, to say that you have been using some amazing stuff and you have energy for days. You're sleeping so good. You have less cravings. You don't even have to say what it is. And I guarantee you people will comment and say, what are you doing? Or they'll message you asking what you're doing. People have FOMO, fear of missing out. So if you're feeling good, they want to feel good. So don't even say, because a lot of people do think that Plexus is just one thing. So if they have curiosity, that might make them a little more apt to send you that message or comment. So, okay. Thank you guys so much. I just want to go over some of my favorite things that I did starting, some of my favorite books. The Circle Maker I have out. Someone's borrowing it, but The Circle Maker, you guys write down these books. Rock Your Network Marketing Business is huge to get started. GoPro is amazing. And this one called Wait and See because it gives you, like, people like me that have no patience. It was really good. And then my all-time favorite, the Bible, because I couldn't do it without God. So those are some favorites. Those are what some of the gifts are going to be. I'm going to be giving some of those out. But my main gift for those of you who are on this call live, comment in the chat if you went silver in the last 6 weeks. We have, let's see, about 19 people. Comment with a number between 1 and 20 if you qualify for that. So give me a number between 1 and 20 in the chat.
Kristen, can I say a couple things?
Yes, please.
Okay, I'm going to read a post in a little bit about how we can do a post without mentioning Plexus, because we have a newbie on our team and she made a post last week, and I'll read it to you, but her phone blew up. We were like in 22 three-way messages. I mean, it was insane. But another thing, I want you just to look at everybody that's chatting that puts in these numbers and lock arms with them. Facebook message them, do something. These are all sideline sisters. Every single one of these people are underneath Kristen. And so run with them. It doesn't have to be somebody on your team that you guys want to run with. Find somebody on here and lock arms with them. Get on a Facebook message, go back and forth, and just kind of feed off of each other with that.
Thank you.
But I just want to read you this post because it was good, and it just kind of gives you an idea about how your new people can post, or how you guys can start posting if you are, kind of brand new. She says, you guys, I have to tell you, the past year I have not been feeling my best. Low energy, cranky, no motivation, and I've been really struggling to lose these last 15 pounds I packed on. Ladies, I have tried everything. Arbonne, Isagenix, Keto, Zingular, you name it, this girl has done it. 0 results. I don't lose any weight, and my body absolutely does not feel any better on the inside. Not to see those products don't work for other people, because they do. I've seen results from my friends. 3 months ago, I partnered up with a trainer and I took my ass to the gym. My body is thanking me for it. I'm building muscle I've never had before, and I'm motivated to change my health and my body. I've been on a pretty strict diet and exercise routine for 90 days. I've lost 1 pound and my clothes fit a little better, and I've had a few random compliments on my backside from those hundreds of squats I've been doing. But I still have a long ways to go. I've been seeing very few people I know talking about this company, one that heals your body from the inside out. 5 days ago, I joined a company completely devoted to gut health. No shakes and fad diets or starving yourself, claiming crazy weight loss. A company simply saying, hey, if you've got these horrible symptoms, give us a try. Today, after 5 days on these products, I woke up on my own at 5:45 and jumped out of bed, ready to take on the day. And the 3 children who will soon stumble out of bed wanting a million things, followed by a full day of ridiculousness at work. And then I stepped on the scale like I always do, only today I'm down 4 pounds. People, I feel amazing. You need to get you some. Please send me a message if you have any interest in hearing more. I promise I will not salesman you. Let me tell you more about what is going to change my life and yours. And she just blew up. Nowhere does she mention Plexus. Nowhere does she say anything about the P word. And her phone blew up.
That's awesome. Yes, it was so good. And hopefully she follows up, because she's going to have a lot of follow-up to do. Megan asked, how do you handle someone who is constantly posting about symptoms but refuses to try Plexus because they are happy with their current vitamins and we know it could help? I still have, even being in this for 3 years, I still have a love list of people who I know Plexus could help, but they are not ready. And we cannot be ready for them. All we can do is give them information. I tag them if they allow, like if they're not that type of people who say, don't add me to your groups, whatever, then I don't. But if I can, I tag them. I will search for their symptoms and I will tag them, because that's not me sharing. That's a third person validation saying they have the same symptoms and Plexus has helped them. And I'll be like, oh, my friend had that symptom. She used this and it helped her. And I'll just throw it out there. I won't be like, you have to order this, but be like, I know people who have gotten help from that. You could use it for 60 days and have nothing to lose. If it doesn't help you, I will personally send in the email to get your money back. And Plexus is not like any other company out there. You don't even have to send your bottles back. They'll just refund you. So it's that easy and they have nothing to lose. So I hope that helps, Megan. If you need some more ideas, I can message you. Someone raised their hand. It says iPhone. I don't know who raised their hand, but is there a question? I'm going to draw for our grand prize. You guys want to know, if you have a question, just put it in the chat. Do Do you guys want to know what the grand prize is? There's my assistant. He's been quiet for so long. Okay, the grand prize for being on this is your personal Alexa. Yay! So, Alexa's gonna draw a number. Alexa, pick a number between 1 and 20.
Your random number between 1 and 20 is 7.
7. I hope there's not, is there more than 1 7? I see Nicole had a 7. We might have to do a draw off. Kristen had a 7. Okay, Kristen and Nicole. Did you know my name's Kristen Nicole? Fun fact. You guys choose a number between 1 and 5. Pick a number between 1 and 5. Alexa, pick a number between 1 and 5.
Your random number between 1 and 5 is 4.
4. So Kristen wins the Alexa. That was fun. So if you guys have questions following this, I'm gonna have some more giveaways after we let some of our other new silvers watch. So be watching this recording. Congratulations, Kristen. I see you. So,
Oh, thank you.
you're welcome. Coming your way. So be on the lookout, you guys. I'll post a recording, and in the comments, I'll announce some more winners. So you guys might still win some fun stuff. But thank you so much for being on this call, and I hope it helped. And here's to gold. I know you all can do it and beyond. I can't wait till you guys are the ones sharing your stories on here. So have a great day, and thank you guys so much for joining us. Later. Bye.
Mama, can I wear a hat?
You want to wear the hat?